Leo, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. All right, your energy, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. Your person, the Eight of Pentacles. They're viewing you as the Four of Swords in reverse. What you're not seeing is the Ten of Pentacles, okay? And the final outcome, we see the Nine of Wands, all right? And we see the Fool card. All right, Leo, so some of you have Aries or Pisces in your chart. What I'm seeing here is that you're ready for a new beginning. And you may be a little bit restless here to have a new beginning with this person. But the Hanged Man tells me you've also learned some tough lessons in the past and you've learned not to rush into anything. So I do think you're very focused on your spiritual growth. I think you're holding back and you're looking at all the details here. I feel like you're very creative at this time. I think you probably have a lot of new and fresh ideas. This is telling me you're selfless, you're loving, you're intuitive, you're focused on your spiritual growth for sure. And with the Eight of Cups in reverse, a lot of you, now you may be considering returning to this person if it's someone you've been dealing with. But I feel like some of my Leos here, you're feeling a little bit stuck because I feel like you're ready for a new beginning. You want this, and they even sense that you're feeling a little bit restless, but you're feeling a little bit stuck and maybe even a little bit confused about this person and maybe about what they want. At the soul level, you're viewing them as the Star card, Aquarius energy. So this is your opposite sign. This is someone who you may feel completes you or complements you in the most beautiful ways. The Star card tells me that, you only have eyes for this person. And you see them as somebody who really, in a lot of ways calms your nervous system, regulates, you feel regulated around them. They're exceptionally high vibrational, at least in your eyes. And you feel like this is somebody that you could really see a future with. This is somebody who thinks outside of the box. I feel like you find them to be very intelligent and also independent. And you're viewing the relationship as the Queen of Wands. So this is something that you really want. So for a lot of you, obviously it could be the return of a connection. Maybe you want to heal things with this person. But what I'm getting for a lot of my Leos, this is somebody new. But you're feeling a little bit stuck. Maybe you're realizing you need to do things differently, or this person is very different than whom you've normally dealt with. You're very attracted to this person. I feel like you're trying to manifest this connection. I think you also see victory and success, but I think you kind of want it to happen like yesterday. Now, your person is also in the Seven of Cups energy. Now, it could be that they have other options available to them, but I also think your person is trying to manifest this, but I get with this Earth energy, they might be a little bit more slow moving than you are. And I feel like this person spends a lot of time thinking about you, a lot of time wondering about you. But I'm also getting with the Seven of Cups, they probably, aren't really clear here yet on what they want or what this relationship is supposed to be. And again, some of you, they've just got a lot going on. They may have other options available to them. All right, let's see what else we need to know. All right, we see allow your higher good, Leo. Don't be upset because things didn't work out the way your ego planned. Have faith that what is in your highest good will come. All right, so I kind of feel like don't give up hope or faith here. Remember that Spirit's got your back. Now, you don't need anyone else. Realize you don't need anyone else but yourself to survive, to be happy, or to fix you. Embrace a new level of independence. So I kind of feel like this is just reminding you that regardless of the outcome of this connection, you're good, right? Like you don't actually need anybody else, but I do think you see this person as somebody who adds value to your life or would add value to your life. But there may be a moment here where you're meant to embrace your alone time. Sometimes when we feel stuck or we feel like something isn't quite moving forward, there's either a lesson that needs to be learned, or there's something that we're meant to see, or something that still needs to be healed in the present. I do think this is actually, there's a good chance this connection will work out, but it might be not on the same timeline that you're hoping for, or on the timeline you're hoping for. So Spirit's saying, shine your beauty, Leo. Let others do and say what they will. Keep doing good. Resist the temptation to dim your light to become as dark as those that oppose you. So I'm not really getting opposition here, but I am getting like, this is just you try, Spirit's advice for you to stay high vibrational. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we see in alignment. So everything is aligning perfectly in your life. What didn't make sense in the past will now start to fall into place. So, even if you're feeling a sense of restlessness, even if you're feeling a little bit stuck, Spirit's saying, Leo, everything's in alignment. Don't worry. Keep doing good. Allow your higher good. Shine your beauty. Be the best version of yourself. Now, the Eight of Pentacles tells me this may be somebody that you know from a place you go back to. So this could be work, this could be school, this could be in your neighborhood, this could be the gym, your favorite bar, club, or restaurant. But there's definitely, you see this person, frequently is what I'm getting, or maybe not frequently, but somewhere you frequent. Now, the Eight of Pentacles tells me this person is methodical, they're hardworking. Now, it may seem like they've got their back to you, but they are looking at this potential new beginning. Okay, and it feels like this is somebody, like I said, slow moving, one foot in front of the other. And the Six of Wands, they want victory. They may be also working really hard towards their own victory and success, whether it's a creative project, whether it's, with their finances or in their health. But I do see this is somebody who does get a lot of attention, so they may have a lot of options available to them. The Page of Pentacles tells me is that they're looking at this, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, in the way that they do, in a very grounded, methodical, practical, organized, and kind of slow-moving way. But I do think this person wants victory, and they're planning on talking to you about that or making you an offer. But we see the Two of Cups in reverse. They're seeing potential, but Leo, they're not quite sure yet. Now, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or that they don't like you or that, it just means they haven't fully made up their mind. I mean, even though I think they do want to work towards this, I feel like they see potential, but they're not quite sure about union yet. Now, the Four of Swords in reverse can be that they feel like maybe you're not fully healed from something. So if you're recently out of a relationship or you've experienced some sort of trauma or heartbreak, they're looking at that. Now, my heart goes out to you if that's the case. I think this person also realizes that there's a sense of restlessness here in your energy. And, they may push back a little bit because of that, because I do think they're very methodical and a bit more slow moving. They might also be a little bit worried about third-party interference. They're viewing you as the Judgment card in reverse, so this person may feel like they've misjudged you. This person might also be a little bit worried that they've taken too long and that you might be moving off in a different direction. Aries, Scorpio energy. Yeah, this person might have misjudged you and thought that you were a bit of a player or that you're not invested. Now, that could be projecting, from their past experiences or the fact that they have a lot of options, or they might feel like you want to be indulged. And again, this person may push back a little bit on that. But the Knight of Cups in reverse tells me they're not so sure. Like, they're not trusting their judgment here about investing in this connection or how invested you are. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, but they do feel like you want to come towards them. I think this person wants truth and clarity. And I think they're in the process of getting that. Now, I wouldn't take that as some sort of personal offense, because for a lot of you, I feel like you just don't really know each other that well. Now, that might not be the case. I mean, some of you, this might be somebody you've dated or you were married to or something like that. Trust your intuition here. But I feel like for a lot of my Leos, this person just needs a little bit more information. And they're not quite sure that you're fully invested, or they're not sure if they can fully trust this. So I feel like with this Knight of Swords is they want to come towards you. They want more information. They want clarity. The Eight of Wands here coming through tells me they have a lot of focused intention on you, Leo. And I do think that this person wants to manifest this connection, but they want to be clear first. Okay? So let's go ahead and see what we need to know about them. What do we need to know about them? All right, engineer. So they may be an engineer, but I'm laughing because this really does line up with that sort of earthy, practical energy. So they have an ability to give creative energy a practical expression. They have a talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. All right, but again, really practical energy. All right, one step at a time. And we see mentor. So this is somebody who's highly respected. All right, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Okay, so again, I mean, there may be some lessons here involved for my Leos, but more so I'm kind of getting, this is somebody who, I don't know if they're a teacher or they're a guide for others, they train people for a living, but this is somebody who is well respected. All right, and this is somebody who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom to pass on. So I can see why you like this person. All right, now let's see how they're viewing you. All right, so they view you as the hero and the heroine, which is so Leo energy, right? So they see that you get a lot of attention. They see you as having a passion for a journey of personal empowerment, always bettering yourself. I also think that even if you come from different backgrounds or even drastically different backgrounds, they see that you both want the same things, that you're both moving in the same direction. And Leo, they do see you as an angel or an earth angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. So they also do have a lot of respect for you here. And they do hold you in high regard. But again, this person is very methodical, and I'm almost getting they need more answers. And I do think that they're starting to focus much more on you with this Eight of Wands. All right, the Ten of Pentacles here tells me this is somebody who has a lot to offer, and they also know what they bring to the table. So I do think this person has worked really hard for what they have. I think they want something solid, stable, and secure, but they also want to be really sure before they invest. All right. We see the Seven of Cups, and I do think they realize they have a lot of options available to them. And I don't think that they're just viewing you as an option. But like I said, they're methodical. They're sussing you out. They're trying to figure out if they should give to this connection. The Page of Cups tells me they certainly do have sweet feelings here for you. And I do think that they've been practicing or thinking about what they're going to say or how they're going to either make an apology or love offer to you. And I think you're going to get a surprise offer from this person. The Five of Cups in reverse could indicate that they want to heal things with you if there is anything to heal. But for a lot of you, this is a newer connection. And I feel like this person is starting to have feelings for you. And I think it could be a little bit of a shift for them. Because for a lot of you, this person hasn't really made themselves emotionally available to anyone, or at least to anyone in the recent past. They may have been just really focused on their work, on their finances, but there is definitely something different about you, and you're kind of opening up this person's heart chakra. So I do think you're charming this person, Leo. The Nine of Wands tells me, I feel more than anything, this person is guarded. They hold a torch for you. You may feel like there's a sense of familiarity with this person if they're brand new, but that could be a past life soulmate connection. We see the King of Cups. See, you're about to get a love offer here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And Page of Wands, taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. I think this is more this person's energy. Giving you a love offer. There might be an age difference here between the two of you for some of you. And the Empress energy. You've got this, Leo. You've got this. They're a slow burning energy. But Leo, I mean, just keep holding yourself in high regard. And I think, you are a little bit restless. I think you want things to sort of have happened already. I think you're going to get what you want here. All right. And we see the Four of Wands in reverse. This person is hesitant about commitment. And that's either because of their past, or because there's an age difference, or because they just don't have enough information about you. So I feel like a lot of my Leos, just continue to make yourself available to this person if you're interested. Right? And I think a lot of you are. I think you're going to get what you want. I just think it's taking a little bit longer than you would like it to. Don't leave. This person doesn't want to lose you or miss this opportunity. All right. They may have tried to move on, okay? Because they might be used to doing that. But I don't think they can. And we see they may be seeking guidance. They might be getting readings about you, or they're asking friends and family, or they're just trying to, get their internal compass recalibrated and see if it keeps going back to you. And I really do. I really think it does keep coming back to you, Leo. So I think you're going to get what you want. Just maybe, it's taking a little bit longer than anticipated. All right, let's see what they want to say to you. I miss being with you. So they miss your presence. They miss seeing you. They've enjoyed the time they've spent with you. You let me down and I'm waiting patiently. Now, I don't think you've let this person down. I don't get that anywhere in this connection, in this reading. But I do think maybe like they're picking up on this restlessness. Maybe there's been some gossip or something. Maybe they were waiting for you to take a risk or a leap of faith. They're waiting patiently, but that just tracks. So for a lot of my Leos, I don't think you've let this person down. Okay. I just think that they're slow burning energy, but I still get with that Empress energy, Taurus and Libran energy, you're going to get a love offer. I think you're going to get what you want from this situation. All right. Now we see strictly sexual. This connection is passionate, but not enduring. All right. You can be completely open with this person, and this person is unable to give you all you deserve. Okay, I think this is a lot of how my Leos are feeling right now about this connection. There's attraction, but you're not sure that they're available. And I don't think they've been making themselves fully available to you. Now, I want to be really clear. My readings are not meant for you to put your life on hold for somebody, try to fix or try to change someone. So, I mean, if this is the case, Leo, if it is, they're not putting in time and effort, if they're not available, please don't chase somebody that doesn't want to be caught, or don't chase anybody, right? That doesn't want the same things as you. But I'm kind of picking up on this energy being, you can be completely open with this person. I think it's about opening yourself up to this person, and that's where you're going to get the answers that you need and that they need, because I think they need more information. And I don't think this person makes themselves available to anybody, and I don't think they get really deep with just anybody. So we see time apart will bring clarity. Everything happens for a reason. So again, we saw this embrace your alone time. This connection may be taking its time for a higher reason. But I still feel, Leo, a lot of you hold yourselves in high regard. You are going to get what you want, whether that's clarity about this situation, because I think they're trying to get more clarity about you. But for a lot of you, I do see this moving in the direction you really want it to. Okay, but be discerning. Don't chase, don't overgive, don't act like, the wife or the girlfriend or the husband or the boyfriend before you know what this person is truly offering you. Okay, but I see the Empress being honored. I see this person making up their mind about you, making a love offer, taking a risk, a leap of faith. After a period of being guarded. And I see, the Empress is long term, it's a special connection. So that's what I see coming for you. But this person I do think has been non-committal. I think they've been focused on their work and their career more than anything. So it's for you to suss out if they can give you what you're looking for. Spirit's advice is resolution, and I do think that there's a resolution coming. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. So you are going to have this fresh start, okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we see jump in, Spirit saying go for it. So you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take that leap anyway. This is that time. Okay, so a leap of faith, a new beginning. All right, and I think you're going to get, like I said, you're going to get this new beginning, but I think you're going to get what you need from this person to know whether or not you want to move in the right direction, if you want to move in, you want to move towards them or not. Okay. I feel optimistic here. I feel like this person is realizing they don't want to let you go, and that there's something quite powerful between the two of you. All right, Leo, I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.